Have you ever wondered how to make a budget from scratch? Whether you're a student, a working professional, or a homemaker, learning to budget is a vital life skill. Let's take a moment to ponder on why budgeting is so important. You see, budgeting is like a roadmap for your finances. It guides you towards financial independence, offering you a clear picture of where your money is going. It helps you make informed decisions about your spending and ensures that you're not spending more than you earn. By doing so, it reduces financial stress and uncertainty. More importantly, it's a powerful tool that helps you achieve your financial goals, whether it's buying a new car, saving for retirement, or simply building an emergency fund. So in essence, budgeting is not about restricting what you spend. It's about making your money work best for you. Now that we understand why budgeting is crucial, let's dive into the process of creating your very first budget. The first step in creating a budget is to identify your income. This is the total amount of money you bring in every month. Now, income can come from various sources. The most common ones are salaries and hourly wages. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, your salary or hourly wage is likely your primary source of income. But remember, if you're paid hourly, your income might vary depending on the number of hours you work. So, it's essential to calculate your average monthly income. Another form of income could be tips. If you're in a service industry like food service or hairdressing, tips can make up a significant portion of your income. It can be a little tricky to track, but a good rule of thumb is to jot down the amount you receive each day to get an accurate monthly total. You might also have income coming from other sources. Maybe you have a side gig, like selling handmade crafts online or freelance writing. Or perhaps you have passive income from investments or rental properties. Every little bit adds up, so it's crucial to include all these in your total income. Now this is the part where honesty and accuracy come into play. It can be tempting to overestimate your income, especially if it varies from month to month. But doing so can lead to overspending and financial stress down the line. It's better to underestimate slightly than to overestimate. If you end up with a little extra at the end of the month, consider it a bonus. So take a moment to add up all your income sources. Write them down, or better yet, use a budgeting app or spreadsheet to keep track. This will give you a clear picture of how much money you have to work with each month. Once you have a clear picture of your income, the next step is to identify your expenses. This is where you'll start to see how your money flows, what's draining it, and where there's room for improvement, but we'll delve deeper into that in the next scene. Now let's move on to your expenses. These are the costs that you incur every month. Just like your income, expenses also play a crucial role in budgeting. Understanding where your money goes is just as important as knowing where it comes from. Expenses can be broken down into two main categories: fixed and variable. Fixed expenses are those that remain constant month after month. These include costs such as your rent or mortgage, utilities, car payments, and insurance premiums. Because these costs are predictable, they're easier to plan for. Variable expenses, on the other hand, fluctuate from month to month. These can include things like groceries, entertainment, personal care, and dining out. Because these costs can vary, they require a bit more attention when budgeting. For instance, you might spend more on entertainment one month if you go to a concert, and less the next if you decide to stay in. It's important to track all your expenses, even the small ones. You might be surprised at how quickly those daily coffee runs or online purchases can add up. A good tip is to keep a record of all your spending for a month and then categorize each expenditure as either a fixed or variable expense. This will give you a clearer picture of where your money is going and can help you identify areas where you might be able to cut back. Remember, creating a budget isn't about depriving yourself. It's about understanding your spending habits and making informed decisions. It's about taking control of your money instead of letting it control you. So, take a moment to reflect on your expenses. What are your fixed costs? What are your variable costs? How can you track your spending more effectively? These are questions that will guide you in setting up a realistic and achievable budget. With a clear understanding of your income and expenses, we can now move on to the next step in creating a budget: setting your financial goals. Now that you've identified your income and expenses, it's time to set your financial goals. These are the things you want to achieve with your money. You see, setting financial goals is an integral part of budgeting. It's like setting your compass to the North Star, guiding your steps as you navigate the terrain of your financial journey. Goals give you a sense of direction, a purpose for your money, and most importantly, they keep you motivated. Let's begin with short-term goals. These are things you want to achieve in the near future, typically within a year. Maybe you're saving for a much-needed vacation, or perhaps you're planning to buy a new laptop. Short-term goals are often more immediate, and hence, they require a more aggressive saving strategy. They are the quick wins that keep you motivated as you progress towards your larger goals. Next, we have long-term goals. These are your big-picture aims, the ones that you work towards over many years or even decades. It could be paying off your student loans, saving for a down payment on a house, or even planning for retirement. Long-term goals require patience and persistence, but the payoff can be immense. Remember, your goals are unique to you. They should be meaningful, achievable, and within your control. It's also important to keep them flexible. Life happens, things change, and it's okay to adjust your goals as needed. But how do you know if your goals are realistic? Well, that's where your income and expenses come into play. Your goals should align with your financial reality. If your income is $3,000 a month and you're aiming to save $1,000 a month for a vacation, you might need to rethink your plan. In conclusion, setting financial goals is like drawing a roadmap for your money. It gives your budget a purpose and ensures that every dollar you earn has a job to do. So take your time, think about what you want to achieve, and start setting your financial goals. Once you've set your financial goals, you're ready to put it all together and create your budget. You've identified your income, tracked your expenses, and set your financial goals. Now it's time to create your budget. Let's embark on this crucial step, where we put all the pieces together. This involves allocating your income towards your expenses and savings. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You need to fit all the pieces together to see the complete picture. Remember that budgeting isn't about limiting your spending, it's about understanding where your money goes and making conscious decisions. So, let's start by dividing your income into different categories. These categories might include necessities like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and healthcare. Don't forget to include discretionary spending for things like entertainment, dining out, or personal care. Now here's an important concept: paying yourself first. This means setting aside a portion of your income for savings before you allocate money for anything else. It's a powerful tool that can help you reach your financial goals faster. Whether it's for an emergency fund, a down payment for a house, or a dream vacation, paying yourself first ensures that your savings grow consistently. But what if the numbers don't add up? What if your expenses exceed your income? Don't panic. This is where the flexibility of a budget comes into play. You can adjust your budget as needed. Maybe you need to cut back on dining out or find ways to increase your income. The key is to make your budget work for you, not against you. Creating a budget is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. Life happens, and your financial situation can change. Maybe you get a raise at work, or perhaps an unexpected expense pops up. That's okay. Adjust your budget as necessary. Your budget is a living, breathing entity that evolves with you. Remember, the goal of budgeting isn't to restrict you but to empower you. It gives you control over your money and helps you make informed decisions. So embrace the process. It might seem daunting at first, but with time you'll see the benefits. And there you have it, a simple, easy-to-follow guide to creating your first budget. Congratulations! You've taken the first step towards financial independence by creating your very first budget. Let's quickly recap what we've covered. We started by identifying your income, the backbone of your budget. Next, we dove into your expenses, breaking them down into manageable categories. We then talked about setting financial goals, a crucial part of budgeting that helps you stay focused and motivated. Finally, we brought it all together to create your budget. Each of these steps plays a vital role in making a budget that works for you. But remember, a budget isn't set in stone. It's a flexible tool that you can, and should, adjust as your financial situation changes. The key is to start budgeting, start tracking, start adjusting, and before you know it, you'll be on your way to financial independence. Remember, budgeting isn't about restricting your spending, it's about understanding your spending. So start budgeting today and take control of your financial future.